What is live chat? Hi. Can you hear me? Chomping away. Hey. I was so confused. Like, what is live chat? Hi. This is so good. I'm eating, but I'm still like, I miss you guys. I was actually gonna post a video today about like how I told my man that I was HIV positive, but it just didn't feel right. Like, I didn't feel like it was from God to post that because it was just not the right time. I know that one day I will talk about how I told him and like everything that happened, but it just didn't seem like the right place to, like, it just didn't seem right. It doesn't seem like it's the right timing. Mm. I was finding love after I got diagnosed. I'm sorry, this is just so good. I mean, I feel like it is ups and downs. I feel like it was pretty easy though. A lot of people don't like to hear me say that, but it was definitely much easier to find love after diagnosis than it was before, because I just met like a bunch of people that didn't care about me and were trying to use me. So like men would just like act like they cared about me or like act like they loved me or wanted to be with me, but they really didn't, if you know what I mean. So I was like misled a lot. I was confused a lot. Like, people used me for my body, for my time, for my love and my affection, and they never wanted to be with me. So I feel like it was much, much easier after I got diagnosed because like you're not gonna sit here and waste my time. You know what I'm saying? It was so much easier after I got diagnosed, in my personal opinion. That's a huge sandwich. I know. You look beautiful. Thank you. So you, pretty pothead. I actually used to be a pothead myself. I stopped smoking weed like 2 years ago. Love your curls. Thank you. Mm. This is like prosciutto, ham, salami, mozzarella, and some other stuff. Do you take medicine regularly? Yeah, I take my medication every single day. Let's like this live, you guys. Do me a favor and like this live so that like it could get out to more people. I appreciate your love and your support. I'm not really a fan of the bread though. I wish it was like sourdough bread. Prosciutto on sourdough bread is so delicious. She said, "Weed life, I can never stop." When there's something, I thought I couldn't stop either. I started smoking weed when I was like 14. I've been smoking weed for more than half my life, but I had like this like really bad feeling. Like I had this premonition that I was gonna die if I continued to smoke weed. It's been 2 years going on three. This is the first time I tried the ginger ale by Olipop. It's cute. It tastes like ginger. I guess that's what ginger ale is supposed to be. The live or click on the three dots. Yes, thank you, Tina. Thank you, baby. What were you diagnosed with? I was diagnosed with HIV. Any plans to have kids? I already have a child. Now we don't have meds due to war in my country. I want to share my story. Oh, that's so crazy, Mohammed. I mean, I mean this with all respect, but there's no meds, but there's Wi-Fi. Like, that's crazy to me. That's really, really crazy to me. Die from weed. I've never heard of that. So actually, true story. My brother's lung collapsed from smoking weed. He's never smoked cigarettes. He's never smoked Black and Miles. but then his lung collapsed. So yeah. And on top of that, like you could definitely get like lung cancer from smoking weed. It's like smoke getting into your lungs. And then if you smoke like on backwoods, if you smoke on anything really, like it could still smoke getting into your lungs. So you could definitely get like lung cancer from that. Before diagnosis, were you spiritual, and do you credit your motivation to your personal relationship with God? Um, Before diagnosis, I was spiritual, but like new age spirituality. And then even before that, I was a Christian. I was a Christian. I've been on and off with Jesus like my whole life. So I don't really like the sandwich. It's like very much a lot of ham. I would just rather, let me take out the ham. It's too much ham for me. I don't really like it. But yeah, I've been on and off with Jesus like my whole life since I was like 12. And then I left Jesus and a whole bunch of things happened. I got like I got sex trafficked, a whole lot of stuff happened in between that time. And then I got diagnosed with HIV in 2019. And then I returned to Jesus January of this year. Thank you, Tina. That's right. I never heard that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I know. Died from smoking weed. No, my he didn't die. Thank God. His lung collapsed though, so he was in the hospital for like months. But no, he didn't die from smoking weed. Thank God. Dang, I was trafficked as a child too. Definitely can relate. You were trafficked as a child? From where? That's so crazy. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I was trafficked as a freaking big girl. I was trafficked at like 23 or 24. Thank you, 1804. God bless you too, baby. Are there times that you feel low or depressed due to your condition? No, never. I never felt low, even like when I first got diagnosed, I was like depressed because I was grieving. And I think that it was a very natural thing for me to feel. Like I was scared, I was depressed, I felt betrayed. I was so like sad and like disappointed in my actions that led me to getting HIV. Like I was definitely very, very sad when I first got diagnosed, but I think that's just part of it. Um, but I really like picked myself up by the bootstraps after like I was diagnosed. I was doing a lot of inner healing, a lot of personal development, a lot of like the work. Like I didn't sit there and like I never stayed down or like I never allowed myself to stay in a state that would cause further depression, if that makes sense. I always did things to um like up my dopamine without like sex and internet. Like I was working out, hanging out with people that I loved. I was with my mom a lot, my best friend. So I feel like that helped a lot. Yeah, Samuel. Yeah, it's really easy to live a normal life if you accept it. You have to accept the diagnosis. You have to accept like where you are, and then like move on from that. Otherwise, it's so easy to get depressed. He's in 20 years. He's doing 20 years. Good for him. He just needs to be doing life. The guy that trafficked me, I think he's still free. He hit me up like a few years ago on Facebook, like asking me to like. He's like, "Yo, oh hey, look who I found," or whatever. But yeah, he's not doing no time. He should be though. I don't know. He don't mess with minors though. I mean, one of the other girls that was trafficked, one of my sister wives, she was 17. So that's not even legal. No, yeah, for sure. No, that's horrible. That's so horrible. And I'm so sorry about that, honestly. That's so crazy. I want to hear your story, like how you got out of it and stuff. 24 radar. You just have to continue getting tested if you think that you're positive. If you get a negative test result and you're not like satisfied with those results, you just have to continue getting tested. I don't like the sandwich. I'm so disappointed. I don't like soft bread. I don't like soft bread at all. I like hard bread, like sourdough. It is what it is, though. How did your family react or treat you? They were sad. They were so sad. My family, they were disappointed. They were sad. I don't like this sandwich. I don't like the sandwich at all. And I don't like mayo, and it has so much mayo. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that I'm complaining. I just don't like it. I'm just gonna eat the meat because I don't like the bread either. How did my husband, Pittsburgh in the house? That's right. How did your husband accept you? I think that he accepted me because I accepted myself. Like, like basically, I loved myself before I met him. So, like, the way that I carried myself was in such a way that he didn't feel bad for me, you know? I think he did feel bad for me because, like, of course, like, it's a horrible thing to have that happen to anybody. But he didn't treat me like, he treated me like that girl, honestly, because that's the way that I carried myself. And, like, when it came to him, I was just like, even if like he accepts me, I'm not going to let him treat me like anything. I'm not going to let him treat me like whatever. Like, you're gonna respect me, you're gonna love me, you're going to honor me, you're not gonna lie to me because I'm gonna leave you where you're standing. That's basically how that went down. I didn't care. I'd rather be single and HIV positive than like with someone that's with me because he feels bad for me and treats me like anything. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. That was like, thank you God for this food. I'm gonna stop talking about this sandwich. I'm just gonna stop talking about it. Thank you, Lord, for this food. That's all I could say. That's all I could say. Did you marry Lil Mama? Yeah. Your live stream popped up and just want to say hi. Thank you, Jade. Thank you so much, babe. Are you Latina? Yes, my family is from Colombia. You're not answering my question. It's very important for me to know this. What is your question, babe? I literally don't even know what your question. Do you do seminars? You're welcome. No, I don't do any seminars yet. I would love to, though. I would love to at some point. You're so special. God bless you. Thank you, baby. Arbaz Khan, do you mind repeating your question? Because I can't find your question anywhere. So you like hard bread? Yes, I like hard bread. I mean, I guess it depends on the circumstance. Like, yeah, but for my sandwiches, I like it to be hard. I don't like soft bread. So I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, so did your family know and understand the circumstances that led you to your diagnosis, like how that guy was and everything? No, no. I think my mom has like a better understanding now, But no, they didn't know. Like when, because I still stayed in a relationship with him after I got diagnosed. And then when I disclosed to my mom, like she saw that I was losing myself in this relationship. She just saw how bad this relationship was for me. So even before I told her that I was positive, like she did not like this relationship for me. She hated him. She wanted me to really leave him because I was losing myself. Like this guy literally, I don't know. I really lost myself during that time. So Keith Jenkins, hi. Big Smoke, I'm doing good today. Thank you so much for asking. Is it possible for HIV positive and HIV negative to live normal lives and have kids? Yeah, my man is HIV negative, and we have an HIV negative daughter together. She's 3, and she's incredible. I absolutely love her. Am I in New York? I am in New York. I admire your grace and courage. Blessings from Trinidad. I love Trinidad. Actually, I've never been to Trinidad. I'm sorry. But thank you, Joelle. I've actually never been to Trinidad. I don't know why I said that. How do I feel? Give you that sandwich, you could have it. It was like not my favorite sandwich. I feel great right now. I feel hungry because I didn't like my sandwich. No, I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm Colombian. I'm sure it hurt your mama's heart to watch it happen. Absolutely. Like, yeah. It hurt her a lot. She was really upset by it. Yeah. Dang, just taking dubs. Like, this Olipop is gross. My sandwich wasn't great. Does your family know that the guy purposely infecting lots of women, though? Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. No, no, they know. Like, my mom knows. I don't know if my dad knows because my dad and I don't really talk about it. Um, we actually had a breakthrough with my dad the other day. He was like, "Oh yeah, like about HIV." Like he saw my video of me crying, and he's like, he called me. He's like, "I just want to make sure you're okay. Like, why were you crying? Like, it's hard to be HIV positive." My dad would never even say the words HIV. Like, he never said them. So it was like a really big deal for him to like even say HIV. I was so proud. Do I have children? Yes, I have a daughter. I have a daughter. She's 3, and she's HIV negative. Do I follow a strict diet? No, I should though. I should definitely have like a better diet, but I don't. I don't. I'm really disappointed. I don't like eating out and for it not to taste good. Like food is too gosh darn expensive for it not to taste good. Yeah. But yeah, no, I eat pretty normally. I just drink like I try to drink a lot of water. Um, and that's it. Do you have complications? No. Like what kind of complications? I have no complications. No, no, no. What kind of complications do you think? Thank you for liking this video, you guys. It's live. Let's like this live to share it, to send it out with more people. But yeah, I want to start doing seminars. I do. I want to help people. I really want to help more people like love themselves and allow God to just like work through them. Like because God is so important. God is like a really big aspect to my life. But yeah, I do take my medicine regularly. I take 1 pill a day. Yeah. You look beautiful and your spirit and energy is just so beautiful. Thank you, babe. Thank you so much. Like diarrhea, fatigue, or any side effects from your medication? No. Oh my gosh, no. Thank God. I know that like 30 years ago, there was a lot of complications. But no, no complications on my end as of yet. And I hope to not experience them at all. How much would you attribute pretty girl privilege? Would you attribute to you being so open about your diagnosis? I would attribute nothing to it. Nothing at all. And maybe I'm being the reason that I don't attribute like pretty girl privilege, and thank you so much for thinking that I'm pretty, but I don't attribute it to how I am now, because like before I was HIV positive, I still looked like this, and I didn't think that I was pretty. I felt like I was extremely worthless. Like I had no like self-esteem. I literally hated myself. I didn't love myself. So and I looked exactly the same, if not better, because I was younger. You know what I mean? So I don't think that like beauty truly is in the eye of the beholder, because even though I am like pretty according to like the standards of society, I didn't view myself that way. So the only way that I was able to be so open about my diagnosis is because I learned to love myself. It's not because I began to think that I'm pretty. It wasn't because I thought I was beautiful. It was because I learned to love myself, and I learned to see myself the way that God sees me. I hope that makes sense. But that's a great question, SMG. I know that it maybe sounds like a little tone deaf, but I'm just being honest. How can someone with HIV try to control swollen foot? I don't even know what that is. I didn't even know that was a symptom. I don't have swollen foot. Are you now undetectable? What is considered a bad day physically? I am undetectable, and a bad day physically, um, I don't know. It's a day that I don't move. I guess I don't know. I don't have like physically bad days due to HIV. Like my life is very, 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 very normal. Like there's nothing. Yeah, yeah. My life is very normal. So I don't have like bad physical days. I mean, I haven't worked out in like 3 months. I'll tell you that much. My uncle died from AIDS. He didn't know he had it until it was too late. I miss him. He was a good man, but he was a chronic womanizer. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Condolences to you and to your family. And I pray that your uncle may rest in peace, you know. I hope that he has found love and grace and mercy in the arms of our creator. I think you have the call of God in your life. What do you think? I absolutely think that I have the call of God over my life. I think that you're called by God too. I think we all have a calling over our lives. It's just up to us individually to accept that call. But I think we all are called by God. I'm definitely called by God, and I finally have like picked up the call. You know, said yes to it. There is a level of pretty girl privilege to you being able to open up and people accept you opening up. If you was less attractive, people wouldn't be receptive of you opening up about HIV. I disagree. I disagree because it's an energy. I think that beauty, the key to beauty is confidence, right? Like the key to like finding people alluring or charismatic is confidence. You find that in men as well. There are many charismatic men that are not traditionally good looking, you know? And so it's all about confidence. It's all about how you perceive yourself. And so it has nothing to do with beauty standards. And I understand what you're saying, but like I would understand if you were saying that like, oh, I got the job because I was pretty. Like, okay, fine, maybe. You know what I mean? But to say that I'm accepted by my peers because I'm pretty is just not true. Because be- before I was HIV positive, I didn't think I was pretty, and I hated myself, and I wasn't accepted by my peers, and people took advantage of me and treated me like crap. So like people don't treat me like crap now because I don't let them. So it doesn't have anything to do with how I look, but everything to do with how I perceive myself and how I view myself. No, I didn't lose anyone after my diagnosis, honestly. I didn't. Like I really didn't. Everyone that's been in everyone that was in my life before is in my life now. I would say, except for that one guy that blocked me. But I wouldn't even consider him like as like an integral part of my life. I didn't lose anything by him blocking me.
It should be the restaurant.
That was a really yeah. No problem, Sam. Thank you. Can there be a cure for HIV? I think that there is. And there, yeah, like people are already getting cured from HIV. I think that being HIV positive and talking about it is very like it's very like what do you say, like it like brings a lot of attention. So I don't think like I think that whatever you look like, if you talk about being HIV positive, people are gonna listen because it's just like something that grabs people's attention because of the stigma. I've never had sex. Can you suggest some things from your experience? Like, what do you mean? From my experience of having sex, I would not have sex until I'm like married. Like, I would just do things God's way. I would just wait. I don't see any vulgar messages, so it's fine for now. Yeah, I am undetectable, so it is possible for you to take medication and become undetectable. Absolutely. But overall, you're still pretty regardless of how you feel about yourself. I guess you just didn't know your worth before. No, I didn't know my worth before. I hated myself. Like, I literally hated myself. So, yeah. How did I break it to him? Like, I was scared. I was nervous. I was stuttering a lot. But I just told him because at the end of the day, like when you love yourself, you don't care about another person's rejection. Like, would it hurt me to get rejected? Yes, but I would rather be rejected and like have people know me for who I am than to lie to someone that I love and them hate me for it afterwards. Or or even to your point, like I would rather share my experience and share who I really am and share my status with the person and have them reject me than not love at all, than not date at all, than not experience the fullness of life at all. I would much rather the harder path than no path. I was reading this book by Brene Brown earlier today, and she's talking about how like when you live in fear, like it's like having a Ferrari in your. I'm paraphrasing, but it's like having a Ferrari in like your garage and being afraid to crash it, so like you don't drive the car. What's the point of having the car if you're not going to drive it? Like I'm that Ferrari, baby. I'm that freaking Ferrari. I'm that Rolls Royce. I am that Rolls Royce, and I deserve to be driven. So I'm going to experience my life. And if someone's going to reject me because I'm HIV positive, then let them reject me. Let them reject me. It's fine. I'm not for everybody, and I completely understand that. But you're going to find your person. You got to put yourself out there. Um, for example, a gay man can open up about having HIV, but a straight man cannot open up about having HIV, and people be receptive. There are certain privileges around the board. No, like they can. That's the thing. Change the narrative. Just change the freaking narrative. Don't you think that people like I thought about that too? Like, oh, I'm gonna share my status and like people are not gonna talk to me, people are gonna judge me, people are gonna think that I'm disgusting. Change the narrative. Change the narrative. If you're a straight man who's HIV positive, I understand that there's a lot of stigma surrounding straight men that are HIV positive because it automatically goes to them being gay. So change the narrative. Share your story. If you got HIV from a woman or from like sharing needles, then say that. Share your story. Share your testimony. change the narrative. That's all you have to do, because you can do anything. Will it be easy? Probably not, but you can. So like saying that a straight man could not open up about having HIV and people be receptive, that's a lie. That's a lie, because you can do anything that you want to do. If you're afraid of doing it and thus don't do it, that's completely different. That's a completely different story. Have you struggled with skin problems like cirrhosis? No. Your skin looks amazing, by the way. Thank you. No, I've never struggled with cirrhosis. Psoriasis. What the heck? Psoriasis. I can read sometimes. Sometimes I can read. You're still worth it. I'm 100% still worth it, baby. You're not going to choose the wrong person. You have to trust in God. Like, you got to trust God. Like, whatever happens, like, even if you get HIV, like, from your spouse, like, you just have to trust that God has, like, your best your best intention at heart, you know? Like, God loves you and is going to protect you, and whatever happens, like, he's with you. I always, like, scratch this side of my eyeball, like my eyelid, and it, like, it's so sensitive. That sucks. I forget, because I really like to go deep in there and like, anyway, I'd be cutting my eyelid. You're not going to choose the wrong person if you trust God and get tested with your partner. What medicine are you taking? Trumec. If you like this live cast, like 10 times, yes, thank you so much. Remember, no one can make you inferior without your consent, period. No one can make you inferior without your consent. This is an absolute fact. No one can make you inferior without your consent. Do you plan on having children? You are a role model. I do have children. I'm going to have a daughter. I have a child. Thank you so much. I pray that I'm a good role model to her. Because she, like, literally does everything that I do. Like, she copies me. Like, every single thing that I do. Face the truth. Can you drive? No. This car only has 3 drivers. One main driver, though. God is the one that's driving this vehicle, baby. Well, you do not want to make people fall in love with a fake version of you, so always be yourself. Exactly. That's honestly, like, that's exactly how I felt, because, like, before people knew that I was positive, I felt like I was, like, not myself. Like, I felt so inauthentic, and I hated that feeling. So I agree with you. Like, I wanted to be myself. I like the depth. I love, like, I don't know, like, when I fall in love, I want people to really know me, like, every single part of me. Like, I love that. How did you get HIV? Through sex. I got HIV by having sex with a person who had HIV. And he knew it, and he intentionally infected me. Pimp C, not interested, but thank you. Quick question. Nerve pain in the feet every day. Could that be HIV or something else? I've had it for 2 years now. For 2 years, Jason, darling, when was the last time you got tested? If you've been experiencing something for 2 years, why haven't you gotten tested? Did it affect your friendship with friends? Are they acting like they're scared? No. No. All my friends are so Gucci. Rainbow is God's promise after the flood. LGBTQ, let's get back Trump quickly. That's hilarious, please. Trump 2024. Oh God. But yeah, guys. I just think that if you want to do something, like, if you are scared to disclose, like, you gotta do it afraid. You gotta do it afraid. You just gotta do it, and make sure that you're safe. Like make sure that, like, this person is not gonna, like, retaliate violently towards you. But, like, just do it. Max, get over it. Like, literally get over it. Yeah. Yeah, guys. I'm gonna be posting a video soon. You probably get asked the same questions all the time. That must be annoying. I mean, no, not really. I don't mind answering the same questions over and over again. I just like irrelevant questions are the ones that are like, ugh. But I like to get to know people. I'm watching with 16-year-old and 15-year-old daughter. This is real education. Thank you. Oh, that's impactful. Yeah, guys, girls, youth, HIV is very real, and people do not care about you the way that they would make you believe that they do. They really don't, because there's a lot of fear. A lot of people don't even care about themselves. So if they do not care about themselves, they're much less not going to care about another person. So thank you, Pat. Thank you, Vishal. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna be posting a video very soon, so look out for that. It's gonna be about my testimony. Um, how did you know from the first time you got it? Any husband having HIV positive can be into his life. Lo-fi. You could definitely, of course, you can. These are things that you need to speak to your doctor about, though. Honestly. All right, guys. I love you. I'm gonna go on my TikTok live. But yeah, I'm gonna like post like this weekend. So if you're not following me, give me a follow. Subscribe. I love you guys so much. Ciao.